All right, it's time for us to do a steady mind, energizing the body practice. And I really love the juxtaposition of these kinds of practices where we figure out how to calm down the subtle body, even, and steady the mind while uplifting the pranic force and this vitality, that feeling sensation of juiciness in the body. So we'll start with gathering your props. And I have 2 blocks here, 2 blankets, a bolster, and a strap. And we'll start in a supported Shavasana. I think it's nice to have your feet pointing away from anything special like an altar. You can sometimes have your feet pointing out the windows or doors, right? In Tantra, in Ayurveda as well, it is taught that the energetic release is down and out through your feet. That's where our waste matter goes. And you think about that even from the pelvis, it's a descent of energy. And so we want to make sure where our feet are pointing, we're not, depositing our energy into these places that maybe are sacred, right? Ancestor altar, my ancestor altar is behind me. My other altar is right here. You can't see it in the film. But once you feel your position, and it's nice to establish that in your puja room, in your prayer room, your home, your studio, then you can go ahead and settle in and settle down. And we won't stay here too long. I would love for you just to feel that support of the ground and the bolster underneath you as you begin to relax and bring your awareness to your breath. You may notice the first couple rounds of breath that you need to adjust. Maybe you've decided you want your palms to face up to really help snug the shoulder blades on the back, gently opening the heart, or maybe your palms facing down feels more grounding today. And allow the eyes to fall back into the sockets, the body to become heavy, and awareness is now brought to your belly, where each inhalation the belly rises, and each exhalation it relaxes down. On your next exhalation, just feel a nice long 4 or 5 count exhale. And as you inhale, matching that count. So I'll stick with the number 4. If you're a 5, you can go for that. But inhaling 4 counts, the belly fills and rises. And exhaling, the belly relaxes back down. We want to breathe in and out through the nose. This is more healthy for the body as a whole. Lots of science behind this. But for now, just for ease, breathing in 4 counts up in the nose and breathing out 4 counts out of the nose. We'll stay here for just a few minutes where you feel this even rhythm of breath. And this is your foundation for our practice. It's called samavriti, or even waves. And I'd love for you to feel that as you breathe in, you're breathing in this vital nectar that's in the universe, that's in the cosmos, that which fuels plants to grow, the elements such as earth to be solid, fire to be lit and bright, the movement of the air. And in Tantra, the same force is love, it's energy. So as you inhale, you're breathing that all in to replenish the body. And as you exhale, you're just releasing whatever you've been holding on to, releasing whatever's been metabolized, and you're letting it go. There's a lot of psychology around the quality of your inhalation and the quality of your exhalation, and we'll get into that. But for now, just smooth waves. When you feel ready, we'll go ahead and slowly move your bolster off to the side. You can just push it out of the way. If you like, you can grab onto your strap. We're just going to come into Apanasana, knees into the chest position. You can wrap your arms around, grabbing knees or shin. And then either pushing the knees away as you inhale and exhale, drawing them in. That's safer on the low back if you have an unstable sacrum, or you can rock side to side. But the pushing away as you inhale, drawing back in, it stabilizes your hips and the sacrum. Either one that feels good for you. And we'll go ahead and plant both feet down now and stretching just your right leg up. So here we'll isolate the right leg, and especially the hamstrings, and staying here for about 3 to 4 breaths, your simple, steady foundational rhythm. Gently drawing the leg in towards the body, you'll feel your forehead relax and the jaw soften. So on your next exhalation, you can slide this left leg down, grabbing onto your strap if you wish, and pulling the middle or putting the foot into the middle portion of your strap, just continuing the stretch. Now we're getting into the psoas of the left leg, and it begins with this quadriceps stretch, so the surface of the leg. And you want to keep that left leg's toes pointing up to the sky, shoulder blades just relaxing down onto the mat, and finding that rhythm of breath. Inhaling, we replenish. And exhaling, we release all the stress, even in the backs of the legs that have such a connection to that busyness of mind, that overdoing, overstriving. And then go ahead and bring your leg out to the side. And you may or may not have your strap on. That's either one is fine. And keeping that left thigh down, you can even gently guide your left palm and press it down, starting from that panty line, pressing down your thighs towards your knee, just grounding here. And see if you can breathe into the belly, subtle breath into that low belly, all the way into the pelvic floor and to your perineal floor. Everything relaxes. Beautiful. And then we'll rise that leg up, let the breath do the work for you. And either with a straight leg or a bent knee, you can come into your twist. And here, if your bolster is handy or your blocks are handy or even your blankets, if you'd like to have a supported twist, that's really nice as well. And so that would be placing whatever support underneath that right thigh or knee. And if you want to get an additional stretch in the arms and shoulders, you can reach the arms up above the head. Just taking about 3 breaths here. Same thing, feeling your expansion and contraction at the belly. Beautiful, and we'll go ahead and slowly unwind. Grabbing both knees again, pulling them into the chest, and then either rocking side to side or the knees push away and back in. And we'll do the other side. So the right leg, right foot is down, left leg stretches up towards the sky. Just a few breaths here. Inhale 4, exhale 4. Things to notice are that quality of breath, drinking that vital nectar all the way into the body, into the belly, to the pelvic floor. Extending that right leg down now, letting the thigh get heavy, feeling that support underneath you. I'm not using a strap, but you're welcome to use a strap. Here we're getting into that meat of the muscle of the thigh and then deeper into the psoas. So it might be a little more of a challenging stretch here. If you need to slightly bend that top leg knee, you can. And just relaxing the forehead and throat, shoulders and heart. After about 3 breaths, go ahead and bring the leg out to the side, working the stretch now along the whole inner lining of the leg all the way into the groin, feeling that bottom leg or the right thigh and right leg now really grounded. Now remembering why you're doing yoga. You're here to experience something new, a shift. More happiness, more vitality, more relaxation. We can bring it all in together. Go ahead and begin your Jatara Parivriti. So this is this supported or not supported twist. So I'm not going to support now to give you an idea of both. And just feeling into the upper body. You do want to work your back, your scapula towards the mat. So the shoulder blades are snug on your back body. Even if one shoulder is lifted, that's fine. If it's attainable, reaching your arms above your head, getting that additional arm opening, shoulder opening. So as simple as this may be for some, it might be really challenging for others, right? If there's a lot of tension here, you might feel a little shaking in your muscles. Just relaxing into the breath and then let the breath bring you out of the pose. So you can come this time into a prep for bridge. So the feet are flat, hips width apart. Just take a moment, hands on the belly, coming back to your breath. Finding that steadiness before we become a little more active. We just create that nice foundation. Legs are now both stretched up towards the sky. You can roll out your feet, bringing the blood flow down towards the heart. And as you roll in one direction, opening the legs nice and wide, so that whole inner groin stretch. Deep breath in all the way down to the pelvis and pelvic floor, reversing the roll now and bringing the legs together so you feel just a little activation in the inner legs. Repeating this, so reverse the roll, coming into that open stance, Supta Upavishta Konasana, and then rolling the ankles in the other direction. Working your adductors. Nice. Both legs come to the chest once again. You can stretch the arms up above you, inhaling here. Keeping both knees together as you slowly bring them to the right. Your head will turn to the left. So we're activating the rectus abdominis, your abdomen. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale to the other side. So if your props are in the way, you want to go ahead and move them. Inhale, the knees lift. Exhale, that 4 counts over. I like to challenge myself by straightening-ish my legs, bringing my thighs away from the body, and then swooping them back up. So we're almost making this U shape or a big rainbow shape with our knees. Nice. So after this one, you can go ahead and rock up. along the spine. If that's not attainable, you can go ahead and roll onto your side and slowly come up. We'll come into all fours, please. So tabletop position. And just feeling here, the fingers are as wide like the rays of the sun. Hands are under your shoulders. Knees are about hips width apart. Staying with that 4-count breath, but really guiding the inhalation down to that belly. Feel the belly expanding. As you exhale, pulling the navel in and gently settling into child's pose. Your next breath in, you'll move right back up. And exhale into your downward facing dog. So here, just staying here, you can either be in stillness, feeling everything open gradually, mind becomes settled, or you can walk the dog, but keep the breath smooth and even, so the mind stays steady. And then mindfully walking the feet forward while coming into Uttanasana, standing forward fold, feet are hips width apart. And remembering your 4-count inhale, we'll just rise up a little baby stance. So your hands slide up the shins, 4 counts, and then as you exhale, lowering back down into the forward fold. Once again, the knees can stay soft. Now we're adding a count, so inhaling 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Head of the arm bones come back. Exhale, pull the navel in. Feel that inner lining of the legs strong. Adding a count. Inhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, release. Back into your Uttanasana. Bending the knees, reaching the arms up through chair. Exhaling, gathering that inner lining of the legs, nice and strong. Pull the low belly up, navel back. And now inhale, rising into Tadasana. Exhale, hands to the heart. So just take a moment to feel here. Notice in this upright position what's happening now with the blood flow within. Maybe you'll feel the energetics within you. And coming back to that even waves. Awareness at the belly. Lovely. So we'll do some Himalayan cave exercises. This is really nice to get that pranic movement, to get a little flush of energy into the body with that soft kind of bouncy knees. Left hand is on your heart. And we'll start with just these 4 swoops with the right arm. And then we'll swoop in the other direction. It's like a swoop and drop, swoop and drop. Deep breath in, long breath out. So just 4. And then right hand on the chest. And other way around. Good. So just take a moment to feel. You can tap the heels down and begin rolling the shoulders out. So our practice today will be working on opening up the torso, quadriceps, heart space and lungs. Building on the inhalation a little bit, go ahead and reverse the roll, but with a steadiness of mind and a strong awareness of our foundation. Nice. You can open the feet slightly wider and scissoring the arms. We'll do this just for about 20 seconds. So you're feeling this opening of the chest. Nice. It's not too much of a fling, so you hurt your shoulders, but it's kind of effortless and fun. Just working out that congestion and any hardened areas, getting it lubricated. Nice. Nice. And then go ahead and relax and release. You can shake it out. Once again, legs are nice and wide, soft knees. We'll inhale in a diagonal stretch. Exhale, horse stance. Inhale, opposite. Exhale, horse. So what I'd like you to do, we'll do this for 30 seconds, is just feel your level of energy. If you feel really low energy, just do this softly. Do this mindfully, right? But if you're not and you want to build some prana, it's like, nice. So Kapalabhati breaths, which we'll break that down later. Inhale in and exhale out the nose. Just feeling every exhalation really anchoring you to the earth, anchoring you at that integrative center of the belly. Good, and then we'll go directly into side twists now. Good, go ahead and come into your center, tapping the heels down. Just take a moment to feel. So noticing now where the blood is flowing, where the energy is going. Your awareness is moving inwards. That is one of the goals of yoga, the paths of yoga even. It's called pratyahara, pulling away from the external world and the senses and moving you into internal awareness. It's good, and place all of the weight on your left leg, hands on your hips, and as you breathe in, sweep the leg up and then land it down in like a warrior stance. So we'll do that 4 rounds. You can move slow or pick up the pace if that feels nice, more energizing. But we don't want to energize with destabilizing the mind, right? We want to keep everything steady in the mind. Let's reverse the role while energizing the body. Good. Just coming back into your Tadasana. Tap the heels down, palms face forward. Just take a moment to feel left and right sides as you drop your awareness back into the belly. Hands on the hips, 4 rounds the other direction. Working out any tension, but also dryness around the hip socket. In the other direction. Good, and then coming back into Tadasana, mountain pose, tapping the heels down, palms face forward. So here, we'll go ahead and feel the feet or hips width apart. This one is called Breath of Joy. And I want you to check in for a moment. If you are feeling you need a boost, energetic boost, you're going to build on the inhale. If you are feeling a little low energy, you haven't slept, maybe your kidneys are a little sore, you've been working too hard, I don't want you to build on the inhale. I just want you to do inhale, exhale, exhale. So this will make sense in a second. The practice is, on the build, is an inhale, arms up, inhale, arms out to the side, inhale, arms up again, and then an exhale out the mouth. With like a lion's breath as we fold down into chair. So it would be inhale, inhale, inhale with the nose, and then exhale out the mouth. But again, if you're tired, not wanting to burn yourself out, burn the candle too much, right? You'll do an inhale, exhale out the mouth. So this is really cleansing, and it does uplift the mood, right? So whenever you're ready, we'll do about 5 rounds. And coming into your Tadasana, take a moment to feel. You can do that tapping of the heels gently down. Noticing the shifts. Beautiful. So last one, we'll step the right foot back, left leg is to the front, and your hands are cupped into Yoni Mudra, or you can think of Charlie's Angels. Right? So Starting with your arms up towards the sky in Yoni Mudra. The left knee is directly bent over the ankle. We inhale here in warrior, really filling the heart space, the lungs, and even that low back area. And as you exhale, sharp exhalation out of the nose, gathering the knee to the chest. So 5 rounds. Taking a moment to feel, you can tap the feet down, notice right and left sides. Come back into the breath. When you feel the desire to move to the other side, we'll begin again. So this is gazing not up to the sky, not down to the ground, but right in front of you, really meeting the world as if you are ready, right? Coming right at it, full force, fully, authentically you. Coming into your mountain just after 5, tapping the heels down a little bit. Noticing once again what's going on in your inner world. Beautiful. Feet are hips width apart, toes are facing forward. Breathing in, go ahead and gather the energy in. As you exhale, pull the navel in and sink down through chair pose. Stay here. As you inhale, just lift the heart, draw the shoulders. So again, they're snug on the back body. And then exhale, fold forward, straighten the legs. Breathing in, bringing your arms to your ears, rising back up through chair. Feel that strength in the inner thighs. Pull the navel in as you exhale. Inhale, stretch the legs straight. And repeat. Exhale down into chair. Inhale, lifting the heart. Feel the breath descend all the way down to the pelvic floor. Exhale, forward fold, straighten the legs. Maybe they don't straighten all the way. That's absolutely fine. There is no competition. No goal except really to feel good and continue to wake the body up, but with steadiness. So we're just continuing this flow. It's 4 rounds of this flow. Noticing the quality of your inhalation, the quality of your exhalation. Beautiful. So just take a moment to pause, feel the palms facing forward. And then one more round. Inhale, rising the arms up. Exhale through chair pose. Inhale, lift the heart long. Exhale, coming into your fold, stretching the legs straightish. Inhale, now flat back. And we'll do that 4 counts. And exhale, coming back down. Hands to the earth, stepping that right leg back and just settling that right knee on the mat. So it's like a low lunge, but my hips are way down. What I'm doing is I'm opening up the quadriceps here. Just taking a few breaths here. And what you might notice is there's gripping around the base of the body. So just allow everything to relax and soften. There are times to grip and times to relax, but always gripping, maybe out of stress or habit, can weaken those muscles, the urogenital muscles. And go ahead and switch legs. And if this is not attainable, or if it feels uncomfortable, you can have a blanket, one of your blankets under your knee. You can also have your blocks handy, right? Maybe that feels a little better. Good, and then coming back up, back to your Uttanasana. Feet are toes facing forward, hips width apart. Inhale, rising up 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, silky smooth stream of breath all the way down. Good, just stay here for a moment. Allow your spine to decompress. Maybe the shoulders rise up by your ears. And take 3 breaths here. Nice. Bringing your right hand to the floor, grabbing or bending your right knee, reaching your left arm up towards the sky. So we're moving into a little twist here. And if you feel this rotating of that left arm, you'll go ahead and feel that in your shoulder blade, but also in that left side around the heart, much like we were doing with the Himalayan cave exercises. So it's a little bit of a twist, but also opening the left chest. Do about 4 rounds. And then coming to the other side. Left hand comes down. You can use a block if it's not comfortable reaching to the floor. Right arm reaches all the way up towards the sky. You can pause here. And then feeling this nice rotating around of the arm, opening your shoulder joint and right chest area. Good, just coming back into the fold. This time stepping back into plank pose. Holding here, feeling the inner lining of the legs nice and strong. And then lowering just your knees down, bringing your feet up, rolling out your ankles. Like, what are these called? And then before we lower down, so we won't give this a name here just yet, you want to feel that your upper body is about 2 inches or 1 inch in front of your hands, right? Because when we lower, we want the elbows to bend by the sides, and we don't want to feel a tug in our tops of our shoulders. So we're just going to lower on your exhale, and then inhaling, rising up. And you might feel once again the inner lining of the legs, the thighs nice and strong, drawing in towards one another. All right, let's do 1 more, so 4 total. This is really nice to build the upper arm strength, and we'll go ahead and lower all the way down. Legs slightly widen, stacking one hand or forearm on top of the other, and just resting the forehead down. We'll take 3 to 5 breaths here, feeling your diaphragm strengthening as you inhale and exhale. Go ahead and release your feet, all 10 toenails, point down to the ground, fingers spread wide like the rays of the sun by your shoulders, and your head is to the mat. We're going to inhale into cobra, rising 4 counts. So inhaling 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, silky smooth breath all the way down. Inhaling your head and heart and your right leg, 1 extra count. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then exhale, silky smooth breath all the way down. Inhale, head, heart, and left leg, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling everything down. And then last one, inhale, rising, head and heart only, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, lowering down. So I could have extended it to 7 counts, but we'll just start this more easily, not putting any stress on the body. You go ahead and rise up into table, and then extending into child's pose. So when we build on the inhalations, we want to make sure once again that we have this steadiness. So here I am in Child's Balasana with my hands stacked one more time. Go ahead and release your left arm. You can bring your right arm out to the side so your head is on the forearm, and stretch just your left arm a little bit longer so you're breathing into that whole left side body. Feeling not only is this left side body getting replenished, but also the area of the low back. Feel your hips getting nice and heavy. And then we'll go ahead and swoop to the other side. Feeling your forehead resting down on that forearm. Right arm is reaching a little bit further. Breathing into the whole right side of the body. Feeling once again that grounding down of the hips, allowing your hips to sink down to the earth so that you feel held. You feel relaxed and capable. And even noticing the quality of your exhale. This helps to release any judgment, any negative thoughts. We'll go ahead and come back to the center. Just rising back up into table, exhaling into your downward facing dog. And from your downward dog, we'll step the right leg to the front. So we're not on a balance beam, but we come up to standing. The legs are slightly separated. Hands are on your hips. So you want to steer your hips so that your hips are even, parallel to the front of the mat. If you need to move that back leg, you really want to make sure your knee is happy. You can do that, all right? So once here, go ahead and place your right hand on your sacrum, back of the palm. Left hand is reaching towards the earth. And as you inhale, we'll reach forward so the body comes into a diagonal, and I'm bending that front knee. As you exhale, pull the navel in. As you inhale, straighten the leg and lift that heart like we were in chair once again. And then exhale, forward fold. You can sweep the arm back. You can come halfway, or you can come all the way down if that's attainable. Now as you breathe in, we're going to rise back up through warrior. So nice strong leg, strong thigh. Exhale here, firmly pulling the navel in. Inhale, stretching that leg straight. And then exhale, long waist forward fold. You can swoop that arm back. Back of the neck is long. And do that 2 more rounds. So I might be moving too slow for you. Please find your own pace. We actually do want to slow down our movements. The more breaths we take in this lifetime really is the indicator of how long you'll live according to the yogi. It's not age and years, it's how many breaths. So after this last one, we'll go ahead and come down into the fold using your blocks or not, framing that front foot. You can adjust your hips. I like to always do a little wiggle here. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale into the fold. Staying here for 3 breaths. Parshvottanasana. Letting whatever tension in the mind or still in your legs, the back of the legs, the side of the leg here might feel a little tense. Just feeling all that melt away. And just noticing your steadiness or busyness of mind. If your mind is feeling very steady right now, you can do this next one in a flow. If it's very busy, maybe you want to be still to settle the mind. You can choose. So we're moving into triangle. Right hand can be on your block or your shin, and the left arm breathes up towards the sky. So sometimes we need the stillness to steady the mind. But if it feels like you need to move, we can come in and out of a folding triangle. So it's exhaling down and inhaling, unfurling the arm, reaching back up. Let's do that 2 more rounds. Your 4 counts and the 4 counts of breath. Once the arm is above your head, you've come back into triangle. Go ahead and reach the arm over your head now. Inhaling into that length of the whole side body. Exhale, pull the navel in and gather that arm like you're in a cactus shape or goalpost arm, pulling the navel in and spiraling into a twist. So inhale, we release the twist. Exhale, pull the navel in, and it's just this upper body twist. Do that one more round. This is really nice and integrating all the prana that we're stirring, everything that we're churning and settling. Go ahead and move through your vinyasa. This is through plank pose. You can come down knees, chin, chest, or all the way through chaturanga. And we'll move through the same flow on the left side, starting in an upright position. Both legs are straight. Left hand is on your sacrum, right fingers to the earth. Breathing in, warrior. Breathing out, really feeling that gaze, like you're ready for the world. You're strong and capable. Inhale, straightening the leg, and then exhale, long waist, forward fold. You can just go halfway down if that's enough for you today. Breathing in, coming back into your warrior. So we do this 4 rounds total, and then we hold in Parsvakonasana, this standing forward fold. I love using Sanskrit words and learning Sanskrit because it just opens up deeper dimensions of the possibilities of what yoga is teaching, and it honors the tradition and culture from which yoga comes from. So settling yourself in this forward fold now, again leveling the hips as best you can. 3 rounds of breath. Notice how easy it is to speed up the breath when the mind starts to wander. So dropping the mind into your breath, into prana. Let the prana help to steady and focus your mind. And we'll move into this triangle pose. If you need to slightly widen your stance or adjust that back foot, please do so. And I'm going to do the unfolding versions. You can also just be in stillness. So it's interesting just listening to my own breath. I think by talking and doing the postures, my breath becomes a little more choppy than if I were just doing my practice on my own. So asana, after your third, go ahead and hold the pose just for a moment. Asana is designed to help shape our breath. Go ahead and bring your arm over your head as you inhale, pull the navel in as you exhale. And the breath being steady is a reflection of a steady mind. The breath being agitated or disturbed is a reflection of a disturbed mind, right? Or agitated mind, or just not steady mind. It's not really always a bad thing. It just is what it is, right? So we'll go ahead and move through vinyasa, and I want you to feel as you inhale that 4 counts, you step that foot back. So this is you giving yourself the opportunity to shape your breath, which will shape your mind. Exhaling 4 counts down, inhaling 4 counts up. Good. And then exhaling all the way back up. You can modify through table, and then walking your feet forward. Let's do that building once again of your inhales. So inhale, just rising up 4 counts. And exhale, silky smooth breath back down. We're adding on a count. Inhale, 5 counts. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale, silky smooth release back to the earth. And then inhaling 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time hands on the hips. Exhale out the mouth, lion's breath. Strong legs, strong inner thighs as you rise all the way back up. Go ahead and roll the shoulders out. Hands on your sacrum, all of the weight onto your right leg. Go ahead and just sweep your left toes back and then begin to tilt the upper body forward. So here is feeling this long waist, is taking 3 to 5 breaths in warrior pose. So I just want you to notice how the heart is open, how your collarbones are broadening, and you're having to fight a little bit against gravity. If this is not easy for you either, you can extend the arms forward. It's a little stronger, but it's easier for balance. Remembering steadying the breath is steadying the mind, and once you are complete, you can come out of the pose. It's okay if you wobble a little bit. Go ahead and tap the heels down, palms face forward, and take a moment to feel all the postures up to now. How is your body welcoming the shift? And can your mind turn inwards? Abhyasa. Let's bring all of the weight to your left leg, hands on the sacrum, right toes slide back, and we move into this tilt. And you might notice, we'll go ahead and take 3 to 5 breaths here, that one leg is a little stronger than the other. It's so good for our bodies to practice these alternate standing positions or asymmetrical postures. Because in life, we might be doing something repeatedly, holding the baby on the same hip for 20 hours a day, or getting in and out of the car the same way, or if you have a stick, a manual, and a clutch, that affects the body as well. Go ahead and come out of the pose. Once you're complete, tapping the heels down, just taking a moment to feel and drop the mind into the feeling tone. Last one, last standing pose. So we'll go ahead and shift all the weight back to that first leg and just reach back and grab onto your right foot. So here you can begin with your hand on your heart, working on balance, gazing forward and softening the eyes. Second stage is reaching your left arm around. See if you can clasp your foot. If not, maybe you want to grab a sock or your strap. This is again just working open your quadricep, but now also your heart, your chest. Now let's release the left arm, and you can bring your 2 middle fingers and thumb together upon mudra, stretching the arm in front of you, pushing your foot into your hand back into your foot. So we're moving into Cosmic Dancer, Natarajasana. And here just feeling we've prepared completely for this pose. We've opened up the chest, strengthened the legs, opened quadriceps. You might want to move your hands so it's coming from the inside of the arch of the foot. Right? And if you want to go a little deeper, you can play with the fold, reaching your hand down to the mat. And then opening up as deeply as it feels possible for you in this moment. Right? And then we slowly make our way out of the pose, wherever you were. Coming back into your Tadasana, just tapping the heels down. Palms face forward and find your breath. Once again, don't allow the thoughts to become judgmental or critical. Just drop the mind into your field of prana. We'll move to the other side, first starting with your quadricep stretch with the hand on the heart. Once again, maybe you're working on focus and balance. Maybe you have allergies and you're feeling wobbly today. All is fine. Stage 2 is more of a chest opener with the quadricep stretch. And then opening up into Natarajasana. And again, maybe it's a little baby cosmic dancer today. Or maybe you want to move a little more fully into a deeper fold, deeper stretch. If you have your block handy as well, you can use your block. And then slowly coming out. And roll out your shoulders, tap your heels down, find your Tadasana. Find your breath. We'll end our standing postures with a lymphatic shake. So starting with your right leg, go ahead and shake it out. And shaking out the ankle, the thigh, all the way up into the hip. Getting the whole leg, deep breath in, long breath out. Sometimes we yawn. This kind of resets the nervous system. Go ahead and shake out the other side. Deep breath in, long breath out. Good. Get into your booty, your hips, the thighs. We hold a lot of emotion here. A lot of old stories and memories are held deep in our tissues. So we shake it out, shake out the upper body. Can even tap the legs down, get that thumping action to shake a little bit more. So we're learning a lot about the nervous system, which is wonderful. A lot of new science is coming through. And one of the things that we know is that to release stress, the animal aspect, the biological aspect of our bodies, needs to shake. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it out. Just about 5 more seconds. Just getting all the little pockets of whatever feels dense or bluch. And exhaling it out. And then coming into standing and feeling. Feeling at first, even the breath is messy. Maybe your hair fell out a little bit, right? Out of the barrette or the rubber band, right? So allowing the mess is an important part of life, allowing for the chaos, the agitation. And then once we recognize it, we honor it, then we can come back into that smoother rhythm of breath when our body is ready. Sometimes our body just needs a little more time to be ready. So let's go and move through vinyasa. And we'll once again strengthen the arms. So inhaling, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, step back into your plank. Lower the knees down. And just 3 or 4 lowers as you exhale. And rising back up as you inhale. You might really not like me for asking you to do this right now, but guaranteed you do this repeatedly in practice, your arms are going to get very strong. So go ahead and come back into what we call Makarasana, crocodile pose. And this will be a way that you're integrating your practice without having to do anything. Again, maybe the breath is needing to reset. The vagus nerve, which is a very strong part of your autonomic nervous system, that part that we can't control, innervates from the base of your head through a lot of the organs, vital organs of the body, and especially here at the diaphragm. So this pose right here is a wonderful toner for that vagus nerve and for regulating your entire nervous system. I'm going to stay here for about 3 or 4 more breaths. We'll slowly turn around on your backs. And taking your block, or if you have a wall nearby and you want to bring your legs up against the wall, you choose. I'm going to do the block version. And this is just placing a block underneath your sacrum. And both legs can come up towards the sky. This is supported shoulder stand or supported Viparita Karani. And what you might want to feel is your hands on the belly. Once again, just feeling that integration here and the belly expanding and contracting, so you know you're getting this pranic life force energy deep into the body, into the cells and the vital organs of the abdominal cavity, all the way down into the pelvic cavity. The beauty of yoga is when you do the technique, you can relax. You've just made the effort. Now the body, in its wisdom and its innate wisdom, can come back into homeostasis, such as clearing the blocks of metabolic waste that were just there, or invigorating the system with the circulation or the lymphatic system due to whatever you've just done. The raising of the heartbeat, the movements and the thumping. All of these things support the body's operating systems, and then you are not the doer. You just relax and enjoy. I think the strongest thing we need out of any yoga practice is our willpower. Because if we have enough willpower, we'll keep showing up to do the practice. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and bend the knees, lowering the feet down and removing the block off to the side. Noticing where your feet are, so they're flat, about hips width apart. You can bring your arms above your head once again. Go ahead and clasp your left wrist, keeping everything relaxed down without lifting your feet up or without lifting your knees to your chest. Just lower your knees to the right. It might feel really awkward and strange, just like really long stretch. But that's the point. We're getting deep into your rectus abdominis, deep into the left side of the abdomen. Go ahead and take 3 breaths here. And then when you're ready, we'll go ahead and lift the knees back up, grabbing onto your right wrist, gently lowering your knees over to the left. And breathing into the right side of your abdominal cavity. Throat is soft, eyes are starting to sink deeper into the skull. And relax. Beautiful. Go ahead and grabbing your block now. We're going to, your bolster. Hopefully it's not too far away. And just placing it underneath your knees. The knees will splay out to the sides just slightly. So it's more like the bolster is supporting all the way from the crease of the buttocks, the thighs, and your knees. Everything is on the bolster. And here, if you're lucky enough, which I'm not, to have an eye pillow handy, you can place an eye pillow over you. We'll just stay here in a version of supported Shavasana. Hands can remain on your belly if you like, or placing them by your sides, palms face up. So I'd love for you in this pose to feel the ground and the bolster supporting you. I'd love for you to feel the quality of your inhalation and the replenishment that's occurring as a result. I'd love for you to feel the completion of the exhalation where it's nice and long and deep. You're not holding back from letting go. There's an art to letting go. And sometimes it's challenging. But the more we can relax, the easier it becomes. And just moving your bolster a little bit further away. You can also stay here if you like. And we'll just come back into how we began, this supported Shavasana, where the legs are straight. Arms are wherever it feels nice, by your sides or on your belly. And just take a few breaths to relax. And as you relax, I'll take you through a little guided relaxation. So now there's no efforting, no control of your inhale in the counts or your exhale in the counts. Just allow the body to breathe. Allow the body to do its thing as you bring your awareness to the point between the eyebrows. And just notice what's here. See if you can feel into or sense a little bit of presence or light. And relax. And bring your awareness to the tip of the nose, just feeling here the airflow where it meets your own breath. There's nothing to do, nowhere to be. Just feeling this juncture, which is a really special juncture on our meditative path, which we'll get to, we'll talk about later. And then bringing your awareness to the pit of the throat, feeling your awareness gathering like moonlight. This is soft light and presence. Bringing your awareness to the heart, just feeling here the center, maybe deeper in towards the lungs. Just noticing the quality of the vitality and presence here. Now awareness to the belly, and stay relaxed. Awareness deep in the pelvic cavity. Just feeling presence here, and presence is also love. In Tantra, it's waves of beauty and bliss. Prana, it's love. Feeling the prana nourishing this center. And then at the base of the body, your awareness gathers right there, the perineal floor. You can see it or feel it as also the intersection of all the urogenital muscles. This is in Kundalini, the practice, not the style of yoga, where it all begins, where the awakening of your dormant self begins. Your awakening to your divinity begins. And now for a moment, just feeling as if someone is turning on little twinkle lights. Awareness comes back. Just that point at the base of the spine, or the base of the cervix, the perineal floor, and then deep into the pelvic cavity, point of light in the belly, this beautiful, powerful space of will, strength, to the heart, deep into the heart space, this beautiful, mysterious world of self and God's self. The pit of the throat, this pool of moonlight energy where our creativity and will, as we manifest it on earth, comes forward. And then into that deeper place between the eyebrows, more deeply now into the skull. Feeling here that power of clear seeing, clear knowing. Let this be your guide for the days ahead, for the new chapters coming. And feel them all merge into one. And this beautiful effervescent quality of the cells from your asana practice just pulsates with pranic life force energy. And you feel them all coalesce and you become this beautiful radiant light. This radiance of love. Feel it fill you. This is you. Feel this energetic power and bliss expand as you come back into your breath. Just these steady, even waves, reminding yourself you can get big and energized from a place of steadiness. This isn't control, it's steady, it's foundational. Control can create tension. We are expanding. Good. That deepening of the breath then, you can start to move your fingers and toes. Doing a nice little good morning stretch, no matter what time of day. And then rolling over onto your right side, just to maintain that lunar channel. And feeling here, you're just maintaining, gathering, pooling this energy of expansion and radiation outwards. You're allowing it to draw back inwards, back into your cells, so the cells pulsate nice and strong. Back into your heart point, your belly point, the pelvic cavity point, right? All these points along the spine, bright, whole. And when you're ready, just slowly making your way back up to sitting. And you can sit elevated. I love to sit elevated. Keeps the spine long and happy. And closing the eyes, just coming back into your diaphragmatic breathing. So feeling your 4 counts in and your 4 counts out. The yogis heard the mantra, the sound of the breath on these waves of breath. And they heard as you inhale, so. And they heard this sound as they exhaled, hum. So as you breathe in, just hearing or feeling so. Hearing or feeling hum. This breath connects one to all that is, recognizing the interconnectedness of life and our place in it. And you might feel as you breathe in, that's so, you're breathing in the nectar of the universe. And as you exhale, hum, she is breathing you. We give and we receive. And we're part of it all. So hum. can continue to meditate if you wish. Thank you for joining me in yoga today. Namaste.